is Briar626 here, and today we have the deck profile of the Green Fist deck that I did a battle with in the previous few videos here with the updated deck list. Instead of it being Mono Chaos, it is Chaos Ventus deck. Now, this deck, I love this deck actually. This is a very, very powerful deck, and I didn't even think it was going to be that powerful, but it is. Very, very powerful deck. I love this deck. Really easy to use too. So if you're a beginner, I would say this is a good deck to pick up, just because of how simple and easy this is to use. Because everything in the deck is fairly cheap, besides the Evos, of course, and a couple flip cards. Other than that, it's fairly easy to use. Of course, the Bakugan that we're using is a Chaos Pegatrix with 2 Green Fist, 500 B power, 2 damage. If you land a Green Fist, 200 B power, and plus 2 damage. Of course, that is the Chaos Pegatrix. Stick him back there. We have the Artless Pegatrix here for Green Fist, 600 B power, 4 damage. Land on a Green Fist, plus 300 B power. Then we have Serpentes, the Ventus Serpentes. Green Fist again for 2 of them. Then you get 600 B power, 2 damage. If you land on a Green Fist, plus 4 damage. So yeah, so that's that. And of course, our cores we were using, of course, it's all Green Fist because it's a Green Fist deck. We use 2 of the 100 B power, and if you're a Ventus or a Chaos Bakugan, plus 3 damage. And then we're using 4 of the 150 B power and 2 damage cores that we're using here. Of course, if you land on any of these are going to get you, of course, a lot of damage and a couple, small B power bonus, which is okay. Which isn't not going to let you win a whole lot, but it's an easy, simple kind of way to go through it. And all the cards in the deck that you're using will help basically double this, boost this. You're getting a lot, or reduce your opponent down by a lot, where they won't be able to really do a whole lot to get anything back onto you in a couple turns. So yeah, so those are the Bakugan we're using. Go ahead and move those out of the way. Let's go ahead and look at the Evos. Now we're running 2 Titan Pegatrix here for 4 energies, 1000 B power, 4 damage. Land on a Green Fist, 500 B power, and plus 5 damage. So if you land on, it's going to be 15-9. And if you land on a core, let's just say this one here, that is going to be 1650, 11, 615, 11, 1650 and 11, yeah. So you'll be getting some really good bonusing off of that, and that's just landing on that. And of course, if you can get double core with some of the cards you have, so you can do a lot of things with that. Now, of course, we have 2 of the Hyper Pegatrix here on the Artless faction for 3 energies, 1100 B power, and 6 damage. So it's a lot more. Land on the Green Fist plus 500 B power, so that's going to help you get the high B power going in. And then, of course, this card's going to the cores are going to get you that damage. Now, of course, for the Hyper Serpentes Ventus here, 3 energies, 900 B power, 4 damage, and if you land on a Green Fist, plus 6 damage. So you'll be becoming 10 damage if you land on a Green Fist, so you're probably going to land on that. That's going to give you 12, and you also be at 1050. So, you're going to be getting some good B power bonusing off of some of these cards here, and getting some good damage going on to them as well. So you'll be easily being able to chip away your opponent quick and easy going through using these cards here. Absolutely love this deck though. Like I said, love the Bakugan that we're using in there to help get, of course, some really good boosting going on. Now, of course, let's go ahead and get the action cards here. Now we're running 3 Holy Flame. Now, of course, we're using 3 Holy Flame. Holy Flame is just a very powerful card. For 1 energy, 300 B power, and if you are holding a Green Fist, instead plus 600. So you're basically be adding 600 for 1 energy. Yeah, that's overpowered. That is a very strong card, and you run 3 of those, and especially in a Green Fist deck, going in to use that. Then we're running 3 Mega Punch. For 1 energy, attach a Green Fist from the field to an open Bakugan. So you'll be able to add these 2 add a Green Fist that you need from your from the field to your Bakugan, so they can get the boost. So like if you open this guy on a opponent's shield core, and you open it up, you don't get the green boost, but if you activate that, Mega Punch gets you that green core boost going in, so which is going to make that nice to get that bonus going through. Then we're running 2 Sky's Hem. This is going to look at the top 3 cards of your deck, put them in any order you want, and if you have the most Bahu cores, draw a card. Mega Punch is going to help you get the cores to help you skies him to help you get the cards you need from the top of your deck. Going through now, we're only running 2 because we really don't need 3. I think 2 works out pretty well. And then we have for our 2 energy cost cards, we have Light's Courage for 400 or for 2 energies, 400 B power, and if you have the most cores, plus 800 instead. Just a generic Chaos card that you would be using in any Chaos deck. Then we're running 3 energy draws here to help get that B power up there for 200 or 2 energies, 500 B power. That's it. Simple and easy to get that 500 B power bonusing going in. 500 is actually really good for 2 energies. That's actually pretty good. And of course you're Chaos, so I mean you're going to be getting some high B power going into your Bakugan anyway. Then we're running our flip cards for the Chaos faction. We're just going ahead and get these out of the way here. So for our flip cards in the Chaos, we are running 2 Holt Outsiders. So this is a generic 3 energy cost card to stop non-Chaos Bakugan. And then we're running 2 Stand Together. For 4 energy, stop a Chaos Bakugan. If you have the most cores, you can play this card for free. Sometimes this works out, sometimes it doesn't. It kind of just goes back and forth, but it's still a very good card, and it gives you 4 stop cards to stop your opponent with. Then, of course, our heroes, we run 3 Shargo Ronin for 1 energy plus 100 B power when you open a Bakugan. So you roll a Bakugan, open it up, bam, there you go, plus an automatic 100 B power going into it. You can re-roll your Bakugan to help get that even more B power, whatever you need to do. But this works out really, really well going into the Chaos faction anyway. Very great hero card. So if you're running Chaos, you gotta run Shargo Ronin, especially because it could stack up as well. So I can have 2 Shargo Ronins and I get 200 if I open a Bakugan. And that's just for 2 energies. So it just works out really, really good playing cards that way. Now for our Ventus cards, we have 2 Toxify. Now we're running those 2 Toxify for 0 energies, minus 300 B power. It works out really good early game, so that you can stop some damage from if you're losing your first turn, lose the first roll or whatever. Boom, Toxify, minus 3 damage, and it helps get you just basically stay alive a lot longer. Then we're running 3 Nature's Power. Now Nature's Power, of course, is a very overpowered card in a Ventus deck. If you're running Ventus, you need to run 3 of Nature's Power, because for 1 energy, give a non-Ventus Bakugan minus 500 B power. So give your opponent minus 500 B power turn 1, and you automatically win basically turn 1, and they can't do anything because they only have 1 energy, and most of the cards people play are not 1 energies. So Nature's Power is very, very overpowered. Then we are running 3 Stoneblade for 2 energy, or 1 energy plus 2 damage, and if your Bakugan's holding a Green Fist, this card energizes card uncharged. So basically this is another card to get into your energy so that you can activate more 1-cost cards and get to your Evos a lot quicker, basically is what it's there for. And you'll notice in this deck is a lot of 1 energy cost cards, or a couple 2 energy cost cards, besides the flips and the Evos. Everything else is like literally 1 or 2 energy cost to help move things down. And going to our last action card for our Ventus is a Tropic Blast for 1 energy, minus 200 B power, and if you have the most energies cards in play, minus 400 B power. Now of course this is kind of like this deck doesn't really need a whole lot of energies besides just enough to get the Evos out, so you really don't have to worry about a whole lot. So that's why I don't run a lot of the Tropic Blast. Now, by all means, if you're running a deck that has Winton styles in it and you can get like a bunch of energies in there, by all means, play a Tropic Blast, 3 of them. I just don't use a lot of that, so I only use 2. And it seems to work out pretty well. I like the way it ran and did pretty well going into the matches that we used it in. So yeah. Then we have our flip cards. And in our flip cards, we have 3 Repel Outsiders. I only have 3 Repel Outsiders. That's it. Nothing else. This is actually the end of the deck. I only run 3 of those. Now, I'm wanting to use Tiger Reflex a little bit, just in case if I have the most energies, it kind of just works out. But I only have 1 copy, and I wanted to run 2. So I can run 2 of this, and of course, 2 of the Repel Outsiders going in, just so I kind of like have some variations to use some free energies going into that. So that is pretty much it there. Going into the Green Fist deck here, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you click that like button down below. And if you're new, click that subscribe button and become a cousin in our family. And make sure you click that bell icon so you guys get notified of videos just like this one here. Now, let me know down in the comments down below what decks you kind of want to see, what ideas that you want to see going in to the next format going in, or not really next format, but the next couple videos that you want to see. I know someone wanted to see a Awesome Ones deck going in against my Darkest deck. So I'm working on that, working to put back together a Awesome Ones deck. It's kind of difficult right now because I kind of want to use the Wave 4 or Wave 4 Pegatrix, the Ultra one, to kind of get you there. And then I also want to use basically all the Ultras because I used all the cores the last time, so now I want to use all the Ultra Bakugan. And they seem to work really good using that because they'll be using Magic Shields and they'll be using Magic Shields, Hex, and I think a Red Fist, I think is what they'll be using. So which are really good cores going in. And they may actually be very competitive deck, oddly enough. That sounds kind of weird. Awesome One's deck actually being awesome. But that's maybe something I'll be working on that you'll see down in the road in the future here. But yeah, so remember, Ohana means family, and family means no one gets left behind or forgotten. And I will see y'all next time. Bye!